W's again. Here's the question. This loyalty and trust is a foreign concept to most people today. Man splits $22 million lottery with best friend after agreeing to split it if either won 28 years ago. My question to you, as we are all best friends on this show, BFFs, if one of us had agreed to do that, would you split the lottery with one of us? Had we made that deal? Edge, go ahead.
100% yes. The problem with our group though is that we would probably each get like $100,000 because our group's so big. You know what I'm saying?
True.
Like
that's true. How many
but
we got?
yeah, 100, I mean, if you think about it, first of all, these guys looks like they're 70, so like they don't have much. Like, what else you gonna do with it? Like they're just like, yeah, let's go chill out our retirement community, play golf all day. Let's be billionaires.
Love that.
But yeah, I would definitely do it. And also, like, if you make it to that level where you just get, an instant 22 mil or, whatever it is after taxes, you got to bring your boys up with you. So, I mean, who else you going to party with? You don't want to go to the like country club and hang out with a bunch of rich douchebags that you don't know. You got to bring your boys up with you. And
this is the ultimate build a compound scenario.
Could you imagine though, like you say, all of us, like the three of us, we'll just say three of us on the podcast, Tex if he comes in, whatever.
Whoa.
We'll add him as well. But he's got a platoon of kids, so it'd be kind of hard, to move him. But could you imagine if three of us, were overnight millionaires, moved to some ritzy golf course, and then the three of us go out and play golf to where like we're racing the golf carts, probably flipping over a golf cart or three.
Slamming
you slamming beers, running the course with an American flag pants on, holding an American flag up, screaming freedom. Like it's, I don't think they would be ready for that.
I think those YouTube golfers now are characters, man. Those we'll get to that in a minute, but they wouldn't have any idea, man. J-Vi, what do you think? 22 mil?
Well, I mean, here's the thing: is it doesn't say how much he split. Did he give him $1 million? Did he give him 11 million? I don't know, but I agree with Edge. You got to bring if you're that age, they're probably 60, between 60 and 70. If you're that age, you got maybe 10 years left. Go all out with the boys.
Agreed.
100%. Like you build the compound that you always talk. This is a BMO special. This is a BMO special, dude. Like he just got here.
Yeah.
He would 100. He'd build the underground tunnels like you talked about, the connecting bowling alleys where you could just bowl back and forth.
I think too. At the age of these guys it's like you could get away with it from your wife too.
Oh yeah.
But if we want it, it's like, all right, I want to split this with my boys, but how do I do that? I pay into their company. Like, all right, Edge, you're building me a new house. So he's getting money off of this. You're doing something. You come fix me.
Mm-hmm.
I'll pay for your travel to come fix me once a week. Like, you got to do things like that. That's how you split it. If you're our age and, the wife's like, no, this money is ours.
He's going to pay me $1 million to come live beside him and treat him every day.
So, in other words, J-Vi's wife is stingy.
I mean,
she's a
but
teacher.
It was an agreement. If there was an agreement, you have to split it, right? You have to.
Yeah. Handshake deal or for your word?
This also made me think.
You did say if you won the $1 million in DFS, that you would help us out.
Oh, dude, that a lot of that money would go right back into this pot. We would. There'd be billboards everywhere. I mean, we'd all have hats. We'd have hats.
Those aren't that expensive.
The hats?
No, billboards.
No. Did you see the email?
Yeah, it's like
I've been emailing all kinds
a week.
Of people. Do what?
It's like if you split it between the group, it's like $100.
Yeah,
for 4 weeks.
Yeah. We should put it up there in May whenever they're first opening.
And
YouTube.
then they end up forgetting about it because not many people use billboards anymore.
Exactly.
So you
It
pay for a
stays up
month
there.
and it stays up there for a year.
Well, there's 4 of them, right? There was 4 of them back to back to back, and that's why I called. I was like,
It's like Buc-ee's.
yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm just trying to.
Buc-ee's in 178 miles. Buc-ee's in 172 miles. I'm like, that's like 4 hours.
Especially if y'all ever drove north on I-95 heading towards like Virginia or something like that. And it's like south of the border,
Yeah.
Yes.
Dude, it's one at every mile marker. Like they
And then
own
you
their
get
own.
there and you're
they
like, this is the biggest flea market I've ever seen.
Shout out, my mom used to work there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, way back in the day.
Dang, dude, that's insane. They probably hadn't changed since she worked there.
No.
This got me thinking also, would you rather have $1 million right now, or would you rather have 1 million hours where you never had to work, but you still got paid? Your current salary. Would you rather have $1 million right now, or would you rather, in 1 million hours, I looked it up, is like 645 days. So it's almost like 2 years where you just didn't have to work, but got paid still.
$1 million.
Million, yeah. Because I could make that to where I don't have to work again.
No, you're not. You're
Yes.
going to pay us to come visit you and hang out.
You didn't say win the lottery.
Yeah, we didn't agree to that.
I was because I was like, man, 1 million hours. How many is that? Then I did the math, which you know me, which is
I'm
pretty-
thinking like that's 10 years.
no, it's 2 years. I almost put out a tweet that said PTO, and I was like, yeah, 1 million hours of PTO would be way more than $1 million.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I didn't put it out though because I couldn't do the math that fast, and then it hit me. So, anyways, dudes rock. Also, dudes do not talk. You seen this?
Yes.
West
My in-laws
Virginia-
are huge West Virginia fans.
West Virginia coach Rich Rodriguez bans TikTok dancing. Quote, they're going to be on it, so I'm not banning them from it, he said, Money. I'm just banning them from dancing on it. It's like, look, we try to have a hard edge or whatever, and you're in there with your tights on dancing on TikTok. Ain't quite the image of our program we want. Agree or disagree, boys?
I agree. And Matt Rule did this as well. I saw it a couple weeks ago that I think Matt Rule his daughter asked him to be in a TikTok dance, or one of his players asked his daughter to be in a TikTok dance. So he downloaded the app so he could see what people were saying about his daughter. And what he saw was
Oh, no.
20 or 30 of his football players doing
Oh,
TikTok dances in the locker room, in the facility. And so he shut it down.
This is nothing new though. This is nothing. Dabo's been saying this for years. He don't put yourself out there on social media. And what does he say? When we win, we dance. And it's always videos in the locker room of everybody dancing.
So Dabo was the original TikTok dancer.
Yeah. That's right.
Wow.
After a W.
He said, just don't dance in your brand. Just like we couldn't drink in our letters, me and my brothers. Frat guy.
Don't ever drink in letters. I found that out the hard way.
Frat guy. Yeah, this is hilarious that this is even like this is an ESPN article about banning TikTok dancing. Have you, dude, by the way, I am not like we are on TikTok strictly for the clips and that sort of thing. I do not scroll on TikTok. That is a weird.
It's where the most people comment, it seems like.
It
Nobody
is.
comments on our stuff on Instagram.
Shout out unifying. I can't keep up with them all. Unifying the country by saying that the UK couldn't outdrink us in beer because we just saved America for saying we'll stick up for ourselves. You're not going to come in here. You're not going to come on this. Not after the 4 nations in Canada. What happened there? You're not coming for that. So there were so many people saying, just send Wisconsin over there. That'll get them.
Well, that's the
like
thing.
5 people that said that.
You know, do you think that obviously the answer is obviously going to be yes, but do you really think that do we stand a chance over there drinking their heavy beers? I mean, we're going to have them in light
warm
beers. Yeah, we're going to have them in light beers all day. But can we go toe to toe in heavy beers?
There's got to be you got to lay out the parameters if that was even a thing. Got to lay out the parameters. But anyway, so TikTok's just like you turn it on and people are just dancing everywhere. And I'm like, is this what this is? I can't like it makes me feel uncomfortable. Like I don't like it. So
If your daughter was old enough and asked you to do a dance with her, recorded, would you do it?
probably I don't know. Probably not. Would you?
Not me. Not
1,000% I would.
Yeah.
What?
I had to think about it, but I'm like, could this be good for the brand? That's
Oh,
I
no, I'm not doing it at all.
yeah, right. I can't wait.
I made
Can't
one
wait.
I
TikTok
would.
video to try to boost the company image, and I was like, nah, not do it.
Well, you
Where
sent
is
it
this
out.
thing?
You sent it out
Hold
and it
on.
didn't have any sound.
You're right. Yeah, that tells you how old I am. I guess I'm
I'm
dating
like,
myself.
your video doesn't have sound.
People said you could find 68 or whatever number of people it is in the U.S. that could easily handle that warm, heavy beer and go challenge.
Dang.
All right. That was Dudes Rock. And let's hit the Salute Your Sports drop.